Oh, greetings. Welcome back. Welcome back indeed. Well, this was a shit show, to put it lightly. Yeah, major issue. The you know how I said my vengeance play kind of determines how difficult the clear is going to be. Yeah, didn't quite do that on this one. As usual, two brawlers on a vengeance ship. The spawns are pretty close by. Really decent spawn on the planets. However, all three planet level 9s were out of my teleport range. And I had considered just taking out this planet and then letting the second vengeance just hit these two separately, but there's two bombers over here, and I kind of wanted to deal with that before it became a real problem. So I jumped over here. I had also considered jumping both brawlers to these two adjacent planet level 9s. Good thing I didn't. That would have been pretty bad. So one major issue here, right? This Colossus sector that I used to get my vengeance off on the what's it called? The destroyers. It did its job. There's a low health guardian over there, so I don't have to worry about the guardian putting me below 3200 hull. And I'm going to move into position so I can vengeance the destroyers. However, I did not see these rockets because my other battleships kind of walk through here. Yeah, for some reason they got the vengeance off. Luckily, it was just one rocket. If I was a little sooner, that would have been a dead battleship. Simple as. But yeah, the tried and true suspend on the storms. However, I didn't use suspend on this one because I kind of forgot to do that. I was kind of focused on trying to figure a way to kill these two bombers, and I kind of forgot to use suspend, which is fine. You don't need suspend to kill the storms. It just, you can kill them without having to look that much. So my vengeance is out of the picture, and the main use of my vengeance is to knock out the destroyers without any issue. Because if you kill the destroyers, you have time to clear at your leisure, essentially. Assuming you have the Red Star Life Extender, for that. But I was focused down here for that. Yeah, I knocked out one storm, got the other, tried to lure the bombers away from the Phoenix that spawned here. A lot of my focus was down here because a double bomber in the sector is kind of scary. You never know when a storm and you're hitting both bombers and a storm walks by. Pretty scary. But yeah, so luckily these two had spawned in a really good position, right? But yeah, if I had sent both brawlers to these two planet level 9s adjacent to each other, this destroyer would have likely gotten the planet here. Now, of course, the planet that I don't go, or the planet that I save for last, the one that I don't go for with my brawlers, is usually for my second vengeance once it's off cooldown. However, my vengeance would not be off cooldown by the time this destroyer would have killed this planet, because it takes them 3 minutes to kill the planet. Now, I can just drop on there an EMP a couple times. I've done that before. Kind of scarily, but yeah. So I decided, because there's nothing going on over here, I'm gonna let this one walk into me. My shields are high. That's fine. And then there was not an asteroid I could comfortably sit on this sector. I wanted to knock out that bomber really bad, but no. I figured this might be in range because that signal was in range, and that's kind of where the docking point is anyway. I teleported down here so I could intercept this one. So yeah, I knocked out all 3 destroyers with the simple intercept and EMP strategy. The usual non-boom strategy if you don't have Vengeance or Destiny or Leap or something like that to kill destroyers. That's kind of what you want to go for. Knock out the storms and try to knock out anything else you can in the sector. And then once the destroyers start moving towards your planet level 9, intercept them at different points. Now, of course, it could be difficult. Like this one right here is adjacent to the star. So you might have like a Phoenix sitting there and you have to like break the Phoenix shield on top of the destroyer, which is not always guaranteed. But yeah, a bit in a shambles here, but not the worst. Far from it. So I decided I would go ahead and knock out that bomber, and then knock out that bomber, and then send this one back just to help kill the destroyer over here. Because this bomber was kind of on its own. I was hoping it wouldn't move right into the shield, like some sort of smart AI, but no. I killed it, and then I left, and I was like, yeah, I can deal with that. I can deal with that later. Time's wasted. We're fashionably late for the civilian ships, as they must civilize. That's what they do. And yeah, I took a breather here because I saw the artifacts and I knew I was going to have a bit of time because there wasn't a lot of time here. The simple EMP there. Trying to group them all up together a bit better. That's usually what I do on the first planet. The one that I knock out the storm on, I should say. EMP the... Actually, no, that's the second planet I do that on. EMP the Guardians, Colossus, and the Phoenix all together. But, yeah. Teleport on here. Luckily, these, like, I think one signal was in range of me. You see, this is kind of risky. If all the Cerberus, especially the signals, are pretty far out from the planet center, the storms might actually hit my Vengeance ship and kill it outright, especially the ones that are under weapon amplifier, because I will amplify their darts. And I do prefer to Vengeance on the planet just to guarantee I hit both storms, because if I go onto one of the sides, a storm might not be in range. But although I guess I could just use the inner asteroids, the ones that are closer to the planet. I guess I never considered that. Oh well. I knocked out a storm on the way out as a courtesy. I managed to kill the Phoenix. I didn't even see. I plotted a route out and I looked away. So yeah, that's a pretty good recovery there. Start working on the bomber, although I do believe I kind of just laid back at this point. Probably shouldn't have, because there were arts to burn, but I don't have forever. No one does, right? Also, like, I was waiting for the storm and the Phoenix to be on top of each other, because that's how I deal with the Phoenix shield. The storm went around the sector like 3 times. Each time it would get close, I would get distracted with something else, like my miners or loading transport, something like that. And I finally got it. I was like, just pay attention one time. Break the shield, move across the sector. Just knock out the storm with suspend. That's the main threat in that sector. So that's what I aimed for. Come on, phone, don't do this to me. So yeah. all that happened. Loading was a mess as usual, but yeah, that was really, really rough. Like, I thought I lost the run, to be honest. Luckily, the destroyer spawned the way they did. Yeah, because that was bad. Well, I suppose this is a good showcase of the non-vengeance, the non-boom solo strategy. Just intercept an EMP. You have 3 battleships. You have 3 planets. And hopefully you'll have 3 paths to intercept those destroyers. Not always the case, but, the most likely. So yeah. But no, that is all. You know how it is. Again, I didn't mean to record this one. It just something interesting happened. But yeah, I'll see you around. I'm rambling on. Ta-ta for now, and all that jazz.